Okay. Let me verify that we're good to go on Twitter. Oh, okay. So it just looks like a Periscope. This stuff, like I always edit like the beginning of it out before I post on Spotify, so this doesn't really matter. But we should be live on YouTube and Twitch now. So
Yeah.
yes, sir. So we're back. What's going on, guys? Episode 2, the Cookout. We are back. Got Adam and Eris as always. I know that for people when they listen to us on Spotify, if they can't catch us live today, we all have beanies on. You guys see the drip? You guys see the drip? I see Eris has a Mavs beanie on. I think Adam's got a Texas beanie on. And
We're
then
back.
me, lifelong Bills fan that I am, I had to bust out the Bills beanie that I may have ordered during the playoff game last week to troll everybody in Boston. That doesn't matter, but whatever. It's comfy. I like the colors, and I'm riding the Bills Mafia until the wheels fall off. So it is what it is. How are we doing? Did you guys go? You guys went to the Mavs game tonight?
No, last night.
Last night. Okay. Cool.
Great game, by the way. Great game.
It was Mavs and Suns, right?
Yes, sir.
Luka went stupid.
He did not. It's always good when the Mavs lose. Devin Booker did though.
I just don't get why we bringing up old stuff, right? I thought we were.
You decided to wear the Mavs beanie. No one told you to do that.
All right, baby. Hey man, listen.
True.
You can't win them all, right? Like sometimes you gotta lose some for charity.
Unless
So
you're
we gave the Suns one last
for
night.
winning the finals, but we won't get into that. So yeah, I mean, I've had a little bit of a long week with work, but I do have a cup of coffee here, so we're ready to go. Cup of coffee at 10:53 p.m. here on the East Coast.
Nothing's in the coffee. Are we good?
Nothing's in the coffee. No, this is straight black coffee.
All right.
So
You don't have anything like no sugar, just black.
no, black coffee, man. It's been an acquired taste because I think as a grown-up, I think that's like part of growing up is drinking black coffee, as far as I know. So that's just what I've been told. But
I'm not gonna lie, that seems pretty gross.
it's not good. It doesn't taste good.
I've never had coffee.
Good. You've never had coffee?
No, I'm not a coffee person.
It just seems like an outdated thing. It just seems kind of traditional.
Heard you. Anyway, so I am going to, as always, put the invite in the comment box if anyone joins and wants to potentially be a guest on the show. They have a question for us, anything like that.
Sir.
Top comment in the box. Feel free to join in. Also, if you're watching, go ahead. Post a comment on there. We do throw them on screen.
Want to make fun of the Cowboys? Feel free.
If you want to make fun of the Cowboys, feel free because they do deserve it.
This is a hate-free zone. This is a hate-free podcast.
This is not a Tree of Trust podcast.
This is a trust
when it
podcast.
comes to the Cowboys.
We don't do that on this. We don't do that on this cast.
Oh, but we do though.
We do.
I think it's more so accountability.
Well, all right.
And as we talk about accountability, first thing that we're going to bring up is we're going to talk about what happened over the weekend in terms of the NFL wildcard weekend. It's always a crazy weekend. Very hard to predict unless your name is Bo Tillman. Right. And then you just go 6-0. All right? You just go 6-0. That's just what it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up all of our 3 brackets, and we're going to kind of go over, what happened, what didn't happen. First up,
yes,
we got Eris. Unfortunately, Eris, maybe a little bit of a homer pick. I understand, but Eris took his Cowboys to go all the way to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, could not get past the 6th seed 49ers. Eris, tell what happened.
Listen. First of all, I want it to be known that wasn't my proudest moment. All right. Secondly, I was convinced that we weren't going to lose to the Buccaneers again. That could still be true. We might not have lost to them again. The issue was that we didn't win the first one. So with that, all right, listen. One thing I've learned in all my years of being a Cowboys fan is that the Cowboys are gonna cowboy, right? Like they're gonna go out and they're gonna do exactly what you saw them do Sunday, and that's fall flat on their face for 2.5 quarters, right? It wasn't great. Last week we were talking about things the Cowboys needed to do and things the Cowboys had going for them that would help them win the game, and all of the above fell flat. Right? We had the advantage at quarterback, and Jimmy G played better for most of the game. We had the advantage. I think our defensive line, our defensive front was better than their offensive front. We had the advantage, and it just wasn't. It was pretty much negated by, I think, a very good 49ers game plan. Get the ball out of Jimmy G's hand kind of quick, lots of quick, short, and do things that negate the positives of the Cowboys defense. One being Michael Parsons, right? Go away from him, you got a great chance to beat the defense, and I think the 49ers did a good job of that. I thought we had the advantage on the outside as far as our receivers. And it just wasn't what we expected. I think that's one thing that has just really killed the Cowboys over the last even couple of years, is that, like, and Bo, you say this all the time about Michael Gallup, obviously didn't play, but none of them get sacked.
No
like,
sack.
It's just not really a thing with them. They make contested catches. Our offense is kind of plain. Offense is kind of vanilla. So a lot of times we just kind of run straight, and we're someone, I think it was Dan Orlovsky or somebody said that the Cowboys or Chris Sims, somebody said that the Cowboys is a sticks offense. So pretty much you guard the sticks, you can defend the Cowboys receivers. And I think the 49ers did a really good job of that. And then plus, of course, the Cowboys do a really good job of getting penalized. And that happens so often. Anytime the Cowboys got any good play, any good momentum, they got themselves penalized. And then you give yourself a chance to win at the end of the game. You call a draw, and everybody's not situationally aware. Dak Prescott, my umpire in the back, everybody's not situationally aware. And at the end of the day, Cowboys end up losing that game that they very well should have won as soon as the 49ers lost Nick Bosa and Fred Warner, which is their entire defense. Still couldn't find a way to win the game. Cowboys going to cowboy.
So
it sounds like a lot of excuses, Adam. I don't know what you think.
What did you say?
So it sounds like a lot of excuses to me. I
got a question, Ayers. How do we feel about Dak?
So another thing that we talked about last week. First of all, Bo, I want you to know I didn't make a single excuse. The 49ers outplayed us everywhere. Like I was saying, they played us outside. They played us at linebacker. They outplayed us on the offensive line. They outplayed us at quarterback. In the run game, I think they just completely outplayed us. As far as Dak goes, I mean, like, what this game showed me was that Dak, I think, is good, but I don't think that's good enough. For me, that's not good enough. I think, and obviously it's just one of those, being a quarterback of the Dallas Cowboy things. The Dallas Cowboys, one of those things is just kind of like, good isn't good enough. And I think Dak is, I fear that Dak is only good. Now he didn't get the protection that he probably needed, or he didn't get the separation from the receivers that he probably needed. And he made a couple of good throws, but I just don't feel, sometimes I feel like he's only good and he needs to be fourth quarter all the time. He just isn't, right? He's not big time all the time.
Seems to be a problem for someone you're paying a lot of money to. I don't know. So seems like a lot of average for someone you're allocating a lot of funds to every year.
Allocating a lot of dollars to good. And I think, and honestly, I mean,
rank him as far as current QBs.
Yep.
Because there was a time when you were saying he was might have been top 5.
So my thing about Dak is, and this is weird, is I do think he's a good quarterback. And I think he is one of the top quarterbacks in the league. I really do. And I would say, and again, this is going to be weird. I'm going to say he's probably, in my opinion, he's a top 10 quarterback in the league. Now, with that being said, and this is, like I said, it's going to sound weird. There's probably about 11 other quarterbacks that I would take that I believe would be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys that make the Dallas Cowboys better. And I don't know why that is, but I think even though Dak is a top 10 quarterback, I just think there are other quarterbacks who would make the Cowboys better as a team.
Okay, so do you think that Dak Prescott, as a Cowboys fan, okay, do you think Dak Prescott can win you guys a Super Bowl?
Man, that's kind of a loaded question. But if I'm gonna be honest, I guess I'll say, like, if I have to choose one, I'd probably say no. And that's just because, I mean, I've seen it, right? Like, he's had 2 in 6 years. He's had 2 or 8 years, whatever it is, 9 years. He's had 2 very, very good teams, and it just doesn't. It always seems like it's always something. It's always something else. It's always something different, and I feel like him being a likable guy, people give him the benefit of the doubt a lot of times, and they find something else to point the blame at. And sometimes he just hasn't been good enough. You know what I mean? And Sunday was one of those moments where he just, even with everything that wasn't good enough, we have a chance to win that game, and he wasn't good enough. We had the ball back with 6 minutes left to go score, and we go 3 and out. It's just not, just things like that. He's just not good enough sometimes.
Understandable. All right, so real quick, you texted me earlier this week in the group chat to make sure that I bring up this tweet during our show this week. I don't know if you remember offhand what it is, but
work with me.
I got it up here. I brought it up. Walk me through what the hell happened here.
Listen.
Sorry for Spotify listeners, you can't see this, but this is a picture from the Cowboys game when they were trying to get the ball set. The referee bumped into Dak Prescott or whatever, so then they couldn't get the snap off in time, and then the game was over. So here's the screenshot on the screen for our live viewers. You can see this. Eris, kind of walk me through what you were thinking, what the Cowboys were probably thinking.
All right, now, guys. So listen. The 49ers let us drive all the way down the field without playing anything on the edges over here on the sideline, right? So this play in particular, right before this play, the 49ers bracket everything on the sideline, and they leave us the middle of the field.
Yep.
I believe that this is the right call, right? I think the draw is the right call, but you get down 10 yards earlier, right? So you get down around the 30, even the 25 is probably good, but you get down around the 25-yard line right here. Dak does it. He missed his spot. Cool. My issue with this is that, first of all, the Cowboys executed this wrong, and I want that to be known that they executed this wrong, and they were not situationally aware. But, ref, can I get you to get a clue, sir? Just have an idea of what's going on. You know the time on the clock. You know what's left on the clock. You know what's happening. The balls broke the line of scrimmage. We're already moving. We're already flowing up the field. You see Dak getting down. You see this because you're watching the play. Get a clue. You know we have to spike the ball to get a chance. Why are we 25 yards away from the ball, ref? Get a clue. Help a brother out. You know what's happening. We shouldn't be 25 yards away from the ball right now. blow up with the play, get up in there, get close, and help us out. Give us a chance at the end of this game. Ref, get a clue. I just need you to have if he has a clue, if he's 5 yards ahead of where he's at, 10 yards ahead of where he's at right there, the Cowboys have a chance to go for the end zone on this play. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to get it, but damn, this looks bad. It just looks bad. It just looks so bad that he just doesn't have oh my God, ref.
Harris, I have a question for you. You have NFL experience. I mean, not NFL. You have reffing experience, right? So does that referee, is he the only one that can spot the ball? Can any referee spot the ball?
So everyone has a job. And so originally, a few years ago, this referee is the ball spotter, right? But he's he used to be behind the linebackers. As you can see, he's no longer behind the linebackers. He's back with the white hat now. He is the only one that can spot the ball in this case because, as you can see, there's no one in the middle of the field. We have two deep wings. We have a back judge who's responsible for a clock. The back judge is responsible for the clock here, and then obviously your white hat is responsible for kind of cleaning up the play, making sure the clock's moving, all this stuff. They're kind of working together as a team. This referee's job is to spot the ball in this situation.
Is that his only job?
He's also responsible for guard, center, guard. So holding, false starts, things like that. That's kind of the mechanic in high school. I don't know if it's so much the mechanic in the NFL. I don't really know how that goes. But as far as kind of high school-ish level, that's what he's responsible for, kind of the trench play. But his job in this situation, as the ball is getting down, is to go spot this ball. And he knows once this quarterback breaks the line of scrimmage, knowing time, I'm sure they've talked about what are we about to do right now? Because before this play, I'm pretty sure there's a timeout. So I'm sure they talked about what happens if they throw the ball, what happens if the ball is down in the middle of the field, what happens if the ball is out of bounds, what happens if, quarterback runs. They've talked about all this. They know the situation. Just a matter of, hey, can you get a clue? I also understand what, you kind of don't want to be this official. So let's say the worst case scenario is Dak Prescott fumbles. Then this official is now, if he's at the 30, hypothetically, which he's probably not going to be there, right? I was thinking he'd be around the 32, 33. But if he's at the 30, then he's caught up in the play, scoop and score. Like if the ball gets picked up and run the other way, then he's out of position and all that hoopla and all that stuff.
Hibbity hoopla.
Oh God, don't start me on that. But in this situation, you see that there's green grass and he's going to get down. You know he's going to get down. He has to get down, spike the ball. You know this, being an official for X amount of years. You know what's about to happen right here. Get up in the play and go mark this ball down so, it doesn't look this bad. Like this just looks horrible. This just looks bad. Everybody's already standing up and getting back, and he's still 25 yards away. It just looks bad.
Also, shouldn't be in this situation.
That's my thing. Get the ball to CD Lamb.
Shouldn't be.
Figure it out.
Man,
okay.
they got a lot more problems. For sure.
Oh, I feel like we gave Aris a solid 18, almost 19 minutes of soapbox for his Cowboys. So we're gonna move on. I think the rest of his, picks from the weekend outside of the Bills. 4-2. That's a respectable weekend, especially in the playoffs. Kind of hard to predict. So, all right, let's move on to Adam. Let's see how Adam did over the weekend. Okay. So,
yeah.
He won 3-3.
In my defense, I expected DeAndre Hopkins to play against the Rams, and he did not.
Okay.
So I feel like I should get a pass on that one.
Okay, but what about the Raiders, though? I feel like I talked about Joe Burrow being warm, riding the hot hand, and I feel like
you did. I have faith in Derek Carr. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, he's canceled for me. I'm done with him and the Raiders.
Do you think that the interim coach for the Raiders, he gets that job? I know
No,
he's interviewing.
I think
for it.
he gets the job unless that buddy from Michigan. We'll talk about him later. Wants to swoop in.
Some guy wearing khakis from Michigan.
Yeah, the khaki guy from Michigan.
Okay.
Streets are saying that he wants to, so I don't see him being there.
Well, kind of like March Madness brackets, as long as you can keep your Final Four intact as long as you can.
My Final Four is not intact. That's a problem.
That is true, but you do have your Super Bowl contenders intact still, so that's all right. So, and you picked the Raiders to beat the Titans this weekend.
I think the Bengals will beat the Titans too. So
why do you think that?
I don't think they're very good. I'm not sure how healthy Derrick Henry is. We'll find out. I don't have faith in Ryan Tannehill or Julio Jones. So
true.
Yeah.
What about
I would pick the Bengals. I think it'll be a great
Brown
game.
still out?
No, he's not on the injury report, so I assume he's gonna play. But again, I don't know how healthy he is either.
Who is that?
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown.
Not on the injury report, so guess good to go. All right, so we'll just go to mine. I mean, not gonna flex. You know what I mean? It's hard being right all the time so far.
You just pick the favorites.
I picked the favorites. I picked
the favorites.
I picked a 6 seed.
Against who?
The Cowboys.
Okay. We knew what was gonna happen.
And the Patriots beat the Bills. They split during the regular season.
Come on, bro.
Okay.
Come on.
And then the Bengals. Bengals are a young team. Joe Burrow's first playoffs.
Joe Burrow looked good though. I'll give him that. Joe Burrow looked great.
That dude.
Okay.
That dude.
And I picked the Rams. Matthew Stafford, no playoff wins. We know that monkey's been on his back for a while. So it may on the surface appear that I picked the favorites, but I honestly feel like I picked some underdogs. Okay. Okay. It's hard to go 6-0. All right. It's hard to go 6-0.
I'm mad at you.
Okay. So as we move forward, I mean, my bracket is still looking pretty pristine. We won't talk about Eris's anymore on this show. We'll have a redo for March Madness. But we'll focus on me and Adam's brackets moving forward. But I do have the Packers beating the 49ers. I think it's hard coming into Lambeau. I think Jimmy Garoppolo, this is where Jimmy Garoppolo's, I guess, wheels fall off. Anyway, but and Aaron Rodgers is on a mission. Just middle fingers in the air at this point. I think it's a bad look if you lose to the 49ers at home. And probably your final season in Green Bay. So I don't see him losing that. The Buccaneers, I think Tom Brady. I don't trust Matthew Stafford yet. I think he's going to turn the ball over multiple times in this game. But the Tampa.
He looked good against him week 3, Bo. You sure?
Say that again?
He looked good against him week 3.
I know, but I don't think I don't know. I don't think he's going to look good against a Tom Brady team twice in one season. And I think he's going to turn the ball over multiple times. But the one thing that I do worry about with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is that they are banged up, especially on the offensive line. Tristan Wirfs kind of banged up, not 100%. So we'll see how that goes. But I think if Tom Brady takes care of the ball, I think that's that game's not going to be that close. Chiefs Bills, I think this one's going to be very close. Like I said, I think this is the AFC Championship game. I said this last week. I think whoever wins this game is going to go to the Super Bowl. I picked the Chiefs, but I don't know, man. Big Bills fan now. You know what I'm saying?
Switch it up.
Big Bills fan.
Switch it up.
I'm part of the mafia now.
You can't pick them to lose while you're wearing their beanie. That's just.
I mean, I would pick the Bears. I would pick the Bears to lose. I picked the Bears to lose a lot this year. So.
Well, that's not saying much.
I'm just saying that, like, I'm gonna be loyal.
Not saying a lot at all, actually.
I'm gonna be loyal. For chiming in here, we still talking about the wrong football. We are right now, but don't worry, we'll talk about Aston Villa at some point, maybe ever.
Will we?
Some point, maybe ever. I think the Chiefs are gonna win by a touchdown. I'm gonna say it's gonna be like 30-23. Is kind of what I'm feeling. I think it's hard to go to Arrowhead and win. But I don't know. Josh Allen, I think maybe I'm wrong here, but I think that if I'm starting a franchise now, would you take Josh Allen or Pat Mahomes? I'm kind of leaning towards Josh Allen, but I think I could have some recency bias
I think
/
you
genie
definitely do.
bias.
I'm taking a guy who's done it for a long time. I'm taking
A
Patrick.
long time?
I mean, yeah, longer than Josh Allen.
By what, a year?
4, 3.5. I don't know.
I remember Josh Allen looking horrible his first year. So whenever that was,
Okay, but that team was horrible.
yeah,
Team
but Josh
was horrible.
Allen was also horrible. He looked horrible.
I mean, he played at University of Wyoming, El Paso
Yeah.
State Community College or whatever.
I'm a big Josh Allen fan. I think he's the third best QB in the NFL.
I agree. Q the wise man chiming in, saying that he is rocking with Mahomes, which I like. Those are my two favorite quarterbacks in the league. Probably, I would say Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes. So can't really go wrong with either. But I am taking the Chiefs. Titans and Bengals. I kind of don't understand how the Titans are a 1 seed. It's kind of like the Tennessee Titans kind of just snuck into the club. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like their division is not very good.
Well, the Chiefs started slow. Bills, I mean, they just kind of did the Bills thing. They just kind of underachieved in some of the games, and so that's pretty much. And like you said, the AFC South is horrible. One of the coaches can't stop fondling people.
Hey man.
One of the coaches has a quarterback who, well, y'all know how that go. And then the other one paid a lot of money to a former Philadelphia Eagle, and they don't like him too much over there. So,
well, he's not always available because of COVID protocols.
they got a really good running back over there, and they couldn't beat the. Who did they played the Jaguars, right? Or the Jets?
Yeah, they lost to the Jaguars.
So I mean, and he had like a 5.8 QBR in that game. So they didn't deserve to be here anyway. They would have got drugged anyway. So yeah, I mean the Titans are like the champions of that division by default, just because they don't have any real issues.
Yeah, they did go 5-1 in their division. Colts running back that we're referring to, Jonathan Taylor, went to a running back factory.
Here we go.
From the University of Wisconsin.
Here we go.
No big deal.
No, I'm pretty sure their basketball team was getting drugged tonight.
No.
Are they really?
I think they were getting drugged last time I checked. They were number like 15 at the half.
You're lying.
I'll tell you what, Wisconsin might have the best player in the country on their basketball team.
Come on.
Right.
They might
came out of nowhere.
They might have him.
Hold on. I need to check.
I still think it's Johnny Juzang, but that kid's close.
Wisconsin did get beat by 12 tonight at home against Michigan State. But we do have the best player in the country. His name is Johnny Davis. Get to know the kid. He's going to be a top 3 pick. And funny thing about Johnny Davis is that his twin brother plays on the team.
Yeah.
Jordan Davis, and he gets no burn.
No clock.
No burn at all.
No.
And I feel that Jordan is on the team because of Johnny. It's kind of like a package deal. But Johnny's great. Johnny was on the USA select team over the summer, playing with all the blue chippers and whatnot. And then he just came back to the Big Ten and went nuts. And Jordan Davis has kind of been sitting at home and doesn't get any burn at all. So that would be a tough situation. I think that my sister personally is the best athlete. And between me and my sister, I think my sister I will always say that my sister Logan is a better athlete than me. But it's not the discrepancy is not as big as Johnny Davis and his twin brother, who is also on the team. Johnny Davis getting 18 a night. Jordan Davis not even getting 18 seconds a night on the floor. So that's tough. Anyway, my dad chiming in saying his picks for this weekend are the Titans, 49ers, Bucks, and Bills.
Something about that 49ers pick just seems kind of Bears related. I don't know.
I know. I'm kind of wondering if my dad's kind of being is kind of a homer pick because we do hate the Packers in the Tillman household, as we should. The Titans, I just don't trust them, and I think that the Bengals are just hot right now. Joe Burrow, and I think they have the best wide receiver trio left in the playoffs between T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, and Jamar Chase.
Better than Odell, Cooper, and Jefferson?
Oh, that's tough too.
I don't know about that one.
NFC. Okay, we'll say NFC, AFC wide receiver trio. I think the Rams have the best wide receiver trio left between Odell, Jefferson, and Cooper Kupp. And then the Bengals with T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and Tyler Boyd. That's tough. So I don't know if the Titans defense is covering all three of them personally. And we don't trust the health of Derrick Henry, Julio Jones, AJ Brown, and Ryan Tannehill. I don't know. I don't believe if the Bengals get a lead, Ryan Tannehill is bringing them back.
Nah.
Now that you're gonna hand the ball to Derrick Henry a couple more times.
Dad said I won 6-0 last week. So did I.
Who's picking here?
The Tillmans are hot. The Tillmans are hot right now. All right. The Tillmans are hot right now. So we'll see who's right. Me or my dad. We'll see because I have the Packers winning, he has the 49ers winning, and then he has the Titans winning. I have the Bengals winning. So we'll see. But I think I'm gonna be right. But we'll see. Schoolboy Q, our boy Quincy, said the Titans are going to take the air out of the ball and slow the Bengals offense down. That kind of depends on the health of Derrick Henry. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. The Bengals can score fast. I don't think they worry about that.
That's true. They do have a lot of quick hitters on their team.
22 to go, man. Just count it. 22 is going to be good.
We'll see.
We'll see. I wonder what the line is. I wish like in Massachusetts I could bet. Like sports betting is illegal in Massachusetts, so like I can't do parlays or anything like that. I can only look up what the lines are, so can't do any legal betting in Massachusetts. Hopefully they fix that soon. But
I'm sure Fur knows the answer to this.
Say that again?
I'm sure Fur knows the answer to this.
Knows the answer to what?
What the line is.
So the line for the Bengals and Titans is Tennessee minus 3.5. So like generally in Vegas, you get -3 just being at home. So they're really like a half a point favorite. So it's really like a toss up.
As it should be.
So that means Vegas doesn't know the health of 22 either.
22 is going to be good, man. 22 is going to be good.
Let's see. For these sports bettors at home, Green Bay is -5.5, which sounds about right. Tampa Bay is -2.5 at home. So
saying the Rams are the favorite, huh?
Yeah, so the Rams might be a slight favorite. And then KC is -2 at home.
Tight.
It's gonna be tight this weekend.
Tight.
It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight. Derrick Henry, John Henry, O. Henry, Titans all day. That's really crazy. I haven't heard you root for the Titans ever.
No pops.
That hard.
These dudes is gonna be good.
If anything, we don't like the Titans because the Rams played them in the Super Bowl back in the day. When we know the outcome. Cuzzo got a ring. Anyway, so yeah. I don't know. I'm excited. I love the NFL playoffs. So I'm really excited about this weekend. As a a lifelong Bills fan, I do hope that we do beat the Chiefs, but we're gonna see what happens this weekend. But moving on. Let's move on to coaching carousel. A lot of news about Jim Harbaugh. What is he gonna do? Is he gonna stay in college? Is he gonna at Michigan, or is he going to test the waters in the NFL? Heard a lot of links between him and the Raiders. What do you guys think that he should do?
I think he should leave.
Leave Michigan?
Yes.
For
I think
what reasons?
I think he's done all he can do there. He got the monkey off his back. He beat Ohio State. They won the Big Ten. I think his dream is to go to the NFL. I mean, that's where he wants to be. He doesn't strike me as the type that's really complacent. Like Michigan, that's a safe job. He can coach in Michigan for pretty much as long as he wants now, unless he has like an absolutely like scandal or something. But he doesn't strike me as that type. He's real fiery. I think he wants to go back to the NFL and prove all his doubters wrong. So that's what I think he's gonna do. That's what I think he should do as well. I like to see him in the NFL. I like to see him work with Derek Carr. I think maybe that'll help him out a little bit too.
I mean, he did have a really good record in the NFL, so it's not like he's unproven in the NFL. I did look up; he had a 49-22-1 record in the NFL.
He's a great coach.
So it's like it's not like he wasn't a winner. You know what I mean? I think that he definitely helped out Colin Kaepernick while he had him there as well. I don't think he would have been as good. Exactly. So I think he navigated personalities and that kind of situation well. So I don't know. I would take him if the Bears don't get Brian Daboll, because I've given up the dream on Brian.
Cowboys are going to get Brian Daboll.
Who?
The Cowboys are going to get Brian Daboll.
I have a coach. We're not talking about the Cowboys.
The Cowboys are getting Brian Daboll.
Anyway, so if the Bears don't get Brian Daboll as they should, then I would hope that they would go for Jim Harbaugh, but we'll see what happens. Aris, do you think that Jim Harbaugh leaves Michigan, goes to the Raiders, or to a different team in the NFL, or do you think he stays put?
I think that I think he should if the opportunity presents itself. But I feel like we read this story before, and the thing with Harbaugh wasn't that he wasn't a good coach, but it was that he had troubles relating to the players. It was like toward the end of his tenure in San Francisco, they were saying how much like he was just too much. He was too over the top. It's a difference between managing college players and managing other grown men and NFL players. So I think that though it makes sense, and like Adam said, he could be at Michigan for however long he wants to. I think you go if the opportunity presents itself, but I think you definitely have to reinvent kind of your management style, your leadership style, because you're no longer dealing with college kids anymore. You're dealing with colleagues at this point, and I just don't want to see him end up in Vegas like he ended up in San Francisco, where it felt like he ended up getting forced out because he lost the locker room a little bit. So that would be something that I would say he needs to probably consider is, he's probably going to win whatever he decides to do, right? If he goes to Vegas, he's a proven guy that he can probably get the most out of Derek Carr. And I think that, that helps the Raiders compete in the AFC West a little more or a little better. But, if you feel like, you're not going to win the AFC West and you don't really want to change who you are as a coach, as a person, as a manager, then maybe that's not the move for you. But it's going to be hard to turn down them dollar signs.
I guess so. I think that, I always have a thing that you should, be careful trying to get happier than happy. And I think that in terms of where he's at with Michigan, you just won the Big Ten. You just beat Ohio State. I think Cade McNamara is coming back. I think, which is not like he's like an A quarterback by any means, but like you have some stability at the quarterback position, which is super important in college football as opposed to the NFL, but as much as the NFL. But there's not a lot of pressure on him at Michigan. I feel like he's in a very comfortable spot, especially since he just won the Big Ten and went to the playoffs. And in terms of like momentum and in the recruiting trail, like he's got momentum right now. So it's like, why would you want to give that up and go to the NFL where there's a lot of unknown, especially with Vegas and that division?
Let me ask y'all this. If he does leave and say it doesn't work out, do you think Michigan takes him back? Like if you were a Michigan fan, would you take him back?
I think it depends. I mean, if whoever, because I mean, obviously you got to have something. You got to have somebody else. I think it's like one of those things. Like, let's use Ohio State. If Urban Meyer decided he wanted to come back, do you get rid of him? Do you get rid of Ryan Day? Even though Ryan Day is quality. So I think if the guy who's in the position is Ryan Day, then I mean, why? Why fix what isn't broken? Even though he's proven and Jim Harbaugh. At the same time, it's like it's gonna be like do you want to lose what you got, or do you want to stay with stay with what you got and let Harbaugh go back to the college ranks somewhere else, and possibly turn them around? It's just kind of a give or take.
Yeah, I know if I was the Raiders, I would want him. I know Schoolboy Q said he didn't want him on the Raiders, but I think he's a great coach.
That's true. I guess if he's still on, I guess throw in the comments like who would you want as
I mean,
Raiders, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's not a lot of great bad. Like the interim coach he's not horrible, but right. I don't think he's gonna take them to the level that they want to be. If the goal is to make the playoffs, we'll compete for the playoffs. That's a tough division for one, so that's not always gonna be easy. But he'll be fine, but I don't think that's the goal for the Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it. The Broncos are probably going to get better. The Chiefs are the Chiefs. The Chiefs are the Chiefs, and then the Chargers, right? Or the other team in that division. Oh yeah, see, so like,
on paper, the Raiders are the worst team.
I mean, you got to think about whichever team not winning the division is probably in one of those playoff spots. So it's like not only are you competing against the top of the division, which probably not going to win with the makeup of your team right now. You got to compete against the rest of the AFC, and you got teams like the Patriots who might not win the division with the Bills in there. You got there's only so many playoff spots, and once you're not competing for the top of the division and you're competing for wild card spots, those spots go fast, especially when you're not one of the better teams fighting for one of those spots.
Right, and you got to look at the QBs in the AFC. Especially in your own division. When you're looking at if you leave Michigan, you come to the AFC West. You're going against Pat Mahomes twice a year. You're going against Jay Harbaugh twice a year. And if Aaron Rodgers makes the leap and goes to Denver, you're then now facing Aaron Rodgers twice a year. So it's bad enough if you're facing.
You just went from having the third best quarterback to no doubt the worst one. You know what I mean?
And right now at worst he's facing CJ Stroud right now at Ohio State once a year. You're not fearing anybody from Wisconsin. You're not fearing Graham Mertz. You know what I'm saying? No, no disrespect to Graham Mertz, but
yeah,
it is what it is. So I mean, that's why I say be careful trying to get happier than happy, because your life is going to be astronomically more stressful if you jump to the NFL and you join the Raiders, for example, because you're going to have the fourth best quarterback in the league, in your division, assuming Aaron Rodgers goes to Denver. And then in terms of the rest of the AFC, you have to deal with Josh Allen. You got to deal with Mac Jones, assuming
he's probably going to take a lead.
Yeah, and then you still have Joe Burrow, who's getting better. Lamar Jackson.
I was about to say one of those two guys isn't the best quarterback in the division, so one of those or isn't on the best team in the division. So
I think he can make Derek Carr better than those guys.
Yeah, I think right now, but I'm saying in terms of like longevity, I think Mac Jones is going to continue to develop. I don't think talent-wise, I don't think he's ever going to be as talented as Derek Carr, but how he is in New England, what they ask him to do, I think he's going to be more efficient than what Derek Carr is asked to do in Las Vegas because he has to, in Vegas because he's got to do more for that team. I think
dealing with Josh better. I think Lamar Jackson's better.
Yeah, and Joe Burrow, I don't know what the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to do with their quarterback situation. Cleveland, I don't know if Baker Mayfield's coming back, things like that. So there could be a lot of shifts, but you got to deal with Tennessee still.
They're going to be good.
So I don't know. I think the AFC is just tough. And as Eris was saying before, those playoff spots fill up quick because you're not going to win the AFC West. And then those wild card spots fill up super fast. So I don't know. I think at Michigan, you have to deal with Ohio State and then the
Beat
playoff.
Michigan State.
Beat Michigan State.
Also, the management aspect fits you a lot better. Fits you a lot better in college than it does, in the league. And then if you start losing, you know how losing gets in the NFL. Players start to get frustrated. Front office starts to get frustrated. Winning is always the cure for everything. But if you're not winning, and in the AFC West especially, it's going to be hard.
You're dealing with millionaires in the NFL. You're dealing now with the NIL. You could be dealing with a few athletes that got some money in college, but overall, you're not dealing with 53 millionaires or rich guys. You know what I'm saying? And all those personalities. In college, you're kind of dealing with kids. It's more. I think the NFL is more of a player-driven league than college. I think college, like, coaching matters more in college, depending on the situation. But so I think that I personally think that Jim Harbaugh should stay in college. But if he doesn't stay in college, come to Chicago. My first, a little nugget about my life. My first ever NFL jersey was a Jim Harbaugh Bears jersey. So I should have brought that picture up. If Jim Harbaugh is hired by the Bears and they are there and he is the coach, I will find that picture. I'm sure I have it somewhere. I remember wearing it to a St. Louis Rams camp when I went to go see Isaac during training camp, and I had that jersey on. But yeah, my first ever NFL jersey was a Bears #4 Jim Harbaugh jersey.
It's kind of depressing.
Yeah,
huh?
Sad story.
This is kind of depressing. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know what quarterback we probably had back then. At that time, it could have been like Shane Matthews or
I
like
might get an Isaac Bruce jersey. Was that your first jersey when your cousin?
So Jim Harbaugh's jersey was my first NFL jersey. My first Isaac Bruce jersey I ever got. I was an idiot. I don't know if my dad is still in here watching, but it was really wrinkled and I wanted to wear it to school. I got it for Christmas and I wanted to wear it to school because like your first day back at school after Christmas.
Did you iron it?
Christmas drip.
You got to show up the drip, right? And Adam is exactly correct. It was wrinkled, and I ironed it, and I fried the shit out of my jersey.
I did that to my Tim Duncan jersey when I was in middle school as well.
Duncan.
Mom was pissed.
A big hole in my jersey.
Yep.
Just the size, but I brought it up to my dad, and I was like, Dad, what do we do? So yeah, actually, my birthday is in a couple weeks, and my dad actually ordered me a brand new Bears jersey. And the thing that he said, "Do not iron this." Hopefully, as a 33-year-old, I know better to not iron my jerseys. But I actually don't even own an iron. I steam all my clothes, so I think that we should
fancy.
Yeah, big bank card.
It's not fancy. It was like a $15 steamer. $15 online. Whatever.
I'll take a bag.
It's a little heavier than mine.
I think that you guys have a misconception about my financials, and I don't think that they're as good as what you guys think that they are. But I appreciate that. I'll bring in back Schoolboy Q's comment. I think Todd Bowles would be perfect for us. He's a players coach and can shore up our defense, which is our weakest side of the ball.
Don't like a Todd Bowles led offense. As good as the defense, as good as the defense is, I don't think that's what a Derek Carr needs. Because you're not going to find you're not going to use a pick on anything for Derek Carr. I don't think. I would guess so.
They need to.
I don't. Well, I'm saying you don't draft someone in Derek Carr's spot. So Derek Carr's going to be your guy.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think Todd Bowles is going to take Derek Carr where he needs to be, even though he'll make your defense Better?
Think about the NFL. I don't think defense. It doesn't matter that much as it used to.
Yeah, I think it needs to be good.
Yeah, it needs to be serviceable. Like here, I'll get all this. The Bills have arguably the best defense in the NFL right now, statistically.
Who does?
The Bills.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a big difference maker against the Chiefs, or is it more how Josh Allen plays?
Probably Josh Allen.
Yeah, like I don't think defense. I mean, it's important. It needs to be. It can't be obviously horrible, but it doesn't need to be elite in today's NFL. I don't think.
I think that
how the quarterback.
I think how the NFL is now. I think that you need more offensive-driven head coaches. So you look at the Seahawks, for example. They have Pete Carroll, who's more of a defensive guy, and now they have regressed year over year over year, especially ever since he called that slant.
If you look at the recent hires in the NFL, the last good ones, most of them have been offensive guys. So I think the only one who wasn't was Mike Vrabel.
Yeah,
Tennessee, and everybody else is offensive minded. That were good hires that have proven to be, improve their team.
Yeah, Mike Vrabel has 22. So.
Yeah, exactly. How
often a lot of people have a 22 on their team? So
yeah, nah, I totally agree with that. All right, so yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see. I mean, as like the coaching carousel kind of corrects itself, I do see some GM hirings happening already. So
just
I know
the Bills GM. Well, Bills like co-GM or something like that. The Giants did.
Yeah, so I'm interested after the GMs are being hired. I'm interested on what the Bears are going to do with their GM and then who we're going to hire as a head coach. But we'll kind of see how that goes. But so I guess, yeah, really excited for the NFL weekend this weekend with all the playoff games and things like that. So we will check back next week on how our Adam and I's bracket going, because
somebody's bracket is just delete that one.
Should we show it one more time? Just show it one more time. Okay, just show it one more time for memory. This is Eris's bracket.
Kick a real thug while he down.
That's ugly. Just ugly. But March Madness is coming up shortly, so maybe Eris
he's gonna pick Duke, and then Duke's gonna get bounced too. It's gonna be the same thing.
Yeah.
I tell myself I'm not picking them every year, and then here we go.
Wait. Speaking of Duke, who did they lose to the other day?
Here we go. That's my fault.
Florida State.
What are we doing, Adam? What are we doing?
That's my fault. That's my fault.
What are we saying?
Come on.
That's my bad.
We're a basketball.
You're not.
Women's soccer, women's softball, and soon to be national champs in baseball and then football next year. Amen.
Florida State is not a basketball school. You need to stop saying it.
I don't know how we're not, but okay. So we are going to move to the NBA a little bit, but before we do that, we have our first sponsor on our show.
Yes.
Okay, I talked to the guys about this before, but I got sent a package from our friends over at Sunday Scaries, a kind of newer CBD company out of San Diego, California. They sent me 2 bottles of gummies. If you want to chill out, it's Friday night, you want to chill on the weekends, maybe you had a long day at work, or you just want to take the edge off, have 1 or 2 of these Sunday Scary gummies. Also, they sent me some droplets. Say that I mentioned coffee earlier. I don't know if you would want to. It'd be kind of counterintuitive to drop these in the coffee, but maybe drink some water or some juice or something like that, just to take the edge off, things like that. Sunday Scaries. Can't wait to try these out. Appreciate you guys for sending me these. Yeah. So first sponsor ever on the Cookout. Sunday Scaries.
Look at us.
We'll never forget them. Never forget them. Okay, so
baby.
Now moving on to Russell Westbrook. Recently got benched in the 4th quarter. And Coach Vogel got the okay for him to be benched. So interested on your guys' thoughts on that. Do you agree with the benching? Do you think Russell Westbrook, they need to move him before it's too late? Or like, how do you navigate this situation?
Man, I think we all saw this one coming when Lakers announced that they were signing him. It was like, why? I don't think he fits the team at all. Fits what they try and do. He needs the ball in his hands to be kind of effective, and we all know LeBron is the best at that. So it doesn't really surprise me. I think that they might try and move him. I think that's kind of hard to do. I don't see them being able to. So
yep.
I think he's going to just, they're trying to win games. Right now they're struggling, and he's not helping them. What is he shooting, like 20% or something like that? Something tremendously bad.
I did bring his stats up. Let's see. Oops, sorry. I did bring his stats up. Let's see if I can make this a little bigger, maybe.
Whatever they are, they're not good. So, I'm surprised it took this long, but I saw this coming.
He's shooting, let's see. He's shooting from the field. He's shooting 43% from the field, which, like, I think we kind of knew going into this, and I don't know. I feel like we don't know more basketball than LeBron.
True.
Or the powers that, or NFL or NBA executives. I would not say that we know more basketball than they do.
True.
But like, I feel like we could see some of this coming. No, like,
yeah. It's not. I never thought it was a good fit. It kind of seemed like they were just grasping at anything to see if it works. Hope it does.
And
Clearly it hasn't.
I kind of think so. I watched Charles Barkley. I think it was yesterday, talk about Russell Westbrook and the Lakers, and that a lot of the blame is going on to Russell Westbrook's shoulders and Frank Vogel's. But it's like, what about the GM or the people that constructed this team? Like, no one's placed any blame on them at all. They could have had KCP back.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't blame Westbrook. If you look at all his numbers, he does the same thing. He's around where he's averaging. It is
every single year. It's not like he's.
You know what you brought in, but it just doesn't fit. Westbrook is a great player. It's not taking anything against him.
Right.
It's just not a good fit.
Like, if you're looking at his stats for this year, from a field goal perspective, he's on par. From like a 3-point perspective, he's on par. His free throw percentage is kind of down or whatever. His points per game is kind of down, but you would kind of expect that playing with LeBron. So that's not anything on him. Assists, I would say, his assists are down a little bit, but I think that's also a byproduct of also playing with LeBron. So, this is exactly. It's not like he's doing anything wrong. It's like, this is what you brought him here. You brought him here for stats and effort. He's going to give you 35 minutes a night, what's he's averaging a night? 34.9 minutes a night. He's going to give you 35 minutes a night. He's going to give you a lot of effort. He's not going to play a lot of defense, but he's going to fill up the stat sheet. And that's exactly what he's been doing. So I think that I don't want to be a Russell Westbrook defender because Eris, I think, can attest in like our Xbox parties. I'm not a huge fan of Russell Westbrook, but I do think that he's the scapegoat right now. And Coach Vogel is the scapegoat. They're talking about like him getting fired and things like that. But what about the people that constructed the team? Eris, I don't know what you think about that. Also, someone is talking about your hat. Eris apparently a hat stealer from children. I don't know if this is true or not.
Okay, listen. First and foremost, finders keepers. Ha. No, it's just he left it, right? So, you should have came back and got it. Not my chair, not my problem. That's what I always say. If you wanted it, you should have got it. You know what I'm saying? It was there for you. You left it.
So to confirm, that hat was a child's hat.
Huh?
I'm trying to be a journalist right now. Big J journalism.
if you say that a child is like 10, then yeah, I mean it was. Then, but in my eyes, that's a young adult at that point. So
Okay.
yes, it was.
A young adult.
That's a
Okay.
young adult at that point. So they get treated like such.
Okay. I mean, I highly doubt this child is watching this show.
I just taught
or
that child a
will listen
lesson.
on
Never
Spotify.
leave your stuff laying around because you never know who might not give it back to you.
That's crazy.
I just built character for that child, and everyone's welcome. I just made the world a better place.
Okay, so Eris is a confirmed mentor for kids. Apparently, the dad came back looking for it.
Oh, I already had it in my hoodie pocket by then. Just a little too late. Anywho, a little too late, bro.
Sorry to get sidetracked.
Russell, no, but but on Russ though. I mean, like y'all been saying, I think that this is who he is. But a lot of the things that are happening to Russ, and the reason why he's getting a lot of the blame is because obviously now you're in LA, you're not in Washington anymore, you're not in Oklahoma City anymore. So you're going to be under the spotlight, especially playing with LeBron. And I think, some of the things that are happening to him on the basketball court, like we're not used to seeing happen to Russ, right? He's getting rim stuffed a lot. He's missing layups, missing a lot of layups. A lot of times, Russ is normally missing jump shots, which we come to expect. He still does that, but he also misses a lot of layups now. He misses a lot of jump shots. His defense is his defense is now more under the microscope because, obviously it just you're in LA, so that happens. Same issue with Melo. Is just now everybody sees everything. So your defense is definitely more like when he was in New York. His defense was put under the microscope more like, yeah, you can score the ball, but you're not going to guard a soul. It's too easy to score on you, kind of thing. So as far as Russ getting benched in the fourth, I mean, I personally don't like it. I think obviously you got to put the blame somewhere, I guess. And I guess they thought that whatever lineup they were going to run was going to be the reason that they were going to win, or it was going to be a good change for them, a positive change for them. And it wasn't. You run into the same issues of someone on that team has to make a shot. You take Russell Westbrook out for somebody else who doesn't make a shot. It's the same thing with the Lakers, They have bigger problems than Russell Westbrook. I think their defense is not good, and that's partially because they don't have good defenders.
And they're old.
And yeah, I mean they don't have good defenders. They don't have historically good defenders. Russell Westbrook is a steals guy. I think we've all known that. He's never been a great perimeter defender. We know the story about Carmelo Anthony. And then it's just kind of like the reason why a lot of this blame goes to Frank Vogel is because Frank Vogel is supposed to be a defensive guy, but he doesn't have defensive guys, so they don't play defense. And that, and I think that's something that I think is a fair assessment of Frank Vogel. Obviously, them not being able to close a game is not Frank Vogel's fault, but them not being able to play defense kind of is. And that's just because I think it's the way the team is constructed, but it is what it is. I think if you're a defensive guy, then and you're not playing defense, then it's going to happen. You're going to get the blame. As far as moving Russ, like y'all said, that's going to be difficult. I think he's going to have to take a team looking to get out of a contract. Like the rumors going around right now is that the Rockets are someone that could be possibly in the running for Russell Westbrook
to go back.
To go back after the way they broke up. For the same thing with James Harden, right? We ran into this issue when he played with James Harden. We had the same conversation, but I think they're looking to get out of John Wall's deal. They're paying him to not play. He's healthy and eligible to play, so I think it's going to take a team like that to take on Russell Westbrook. But the thing with the Rockets is they're like, hey, yeah, we'll definitely take on Russ, but you have to take on John Wall and give us a one, and that's kind of steep for the Lakers. I don't think it's. I mean, NBA draft picks, but like I think, do you want to lose that? Do you want to lose that pick for John Wall and then possibly run into the same issues? Even though he's a better defender, not a much better shooter, if a better shooter at all. Same kind of thing. Needs the ball kind of to make plays for other people. More of a facilitator. It's kind of a like for like thing, and you give up a one. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So moving Russ is just probably not likely, not going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think that. I think the market, as the year goes on, and more Twitter videos of him hitting the top of the backboard, the pull up comes out. I think his trade value is going to go down significantly because I feel like any of us three could easily pull up from 10 feet and hit the top of the backboard, and we get paid $0 to play basketball.
Yeah, I mean the deal with Russ is kind of the deal with all of the Lakers is that they don't have any valuable trade pieces. So they either, Anthony Davis comes back and completely changes this team, or they're gonna be scolded through the entire summer because they were a letdown because they put together all these old guys that they thought would mesh, and it just doesn't work. Ideally your best lineup is going to include LeBron, Russ, Anthony Davis, Carmelo, and a fifth party. But like Malik Monk is, I guess, who's supposed to kind of be, and that it didn't look good before Anthony Davis got hurt. They haven't played a lot together, so it's probably not going to look very good when he comes back. And then we could be talking about 60, 65 games in, and they're still floating around 500.
Yeah, I think that they thought they were expecting to get a lot more out of THT this year, and Trevor Ariza as well, and that hasn't panned out as they had hoped. So I wonder if you don't have Russell Westbrook on the team, and you have Alex Caruso still, and you have KCP. What does that team look like this year? But I guess we'll never know. But interested to see how the rest of the season plays out. But as we move into the All-Star break, or keep creeping up on the All-Star break that happens end of February 20th, I think, we wanted to take a quick look at the current All-Star voting. Any surprises here? We'll start with the West, and then we'll move to the East quickly. Any surprises here?
One of these names does not belong.
I think I have an idea. I think I have an idea of who you're going to go after. But yeah, go ahead.
Two of these names don't belong, and one of them being because he hasn't played. He hasn't played anything. That's the issue with fan voting, is people like, Andrew Wiggins, who
Wiggins had a career year.
I don't give a damn. I don't the fact that we're talking about. Obviously, he's about to start an All-Star game, man. Yes. Looking at the other names, it's like, I would think you would. Do you take 3 guards just because you feel like they deserve it, or like
The rules are you take 3 front court and 2 guards. I thought.
Yeah, that is
those are the rules. But looking at these returns,
that would make sense, and that's what I thought too. But Wiggins has way more votes than Luka either way, so it just doesn't make sense.
Also insane, bro. Like, what?
I just want to know. I've just never seen anybody with Andrew Wiggins jerseys before. So the fact that he has 2.6 million votes is kind of startling to me, because I personally have never seen an Andrew Wiggins jersey before. Just like out and about. I know I live in Boston, but even if I watch enough Warriors games, I feel like, because they're on primetime, or we stream them illegally. But like we watch enough Warriors. We watched enough Warriors games to where in the crowd, when they show the crowd, I don't know if I've ever seen an Andrew Wiggins jersey. But if I go through the rest of the list on the West, I've seen Steph Curry jerseys, seen John Morant, Luka, Clay, D-Book, even Westbrook Laker jerseys. I've never seen an Andrew Wiggins jersey before. I feel like I've seen a jersey for everybody on this list on their current team outside of Andrew Wiggins. So I need to know who is voting.
Yeah.
Who are the 2.6 million people
It's
are
the Golden
voting?
State fans.
Andrew
Klay Thompson is in fourth place.
Yeah, man. I was just gonna say, shout out to Golden State fans because they just go and fill out an entire.
They
Golden
go
State
hard
team.
for their team because Draymond is on here.
I mean, you know, they go in there and they go. Steph Curry has 6 million, so they go in there and they go with like Steph. Then they put Clay, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond, and then I mean, I guess I can vote LeBron. You know, it's just kind of like one of those. Like they go in there and they just fill out the entire bracket or their entire ballot for Golden State players, and it's just this is the issue with fan voting. I guess is that Andrew Wiggins is primed to start an All-Star game. Which
What year was it that Zaza almost was a starter?
he played for the Mavs. It was when he was in Dallas.
Yeah, and he almost was a starter because of the fan voting.
Yeah. He was
That's pretty bad, I think.
Yeah, he was a starter through like the first 2 or 1.5 probably returns, and then obviously it started to level out a little bit. But like, yeah, he was. It was this is the issue right here with fan voting. Like I said,
remember back in the day when Allen Iverson was starting every single All-Star game for no reason.
Yeah.
And the thing is that the NBA still hasn't figured out a way to level this out. So we don't have to watch Andrew Wiggins starting off right here.
Well, I see on Twitter that because I follow certain teams on Twitter that certain days if they retweet the tweet, it'll count as 2 votes.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yesterday.
So are people in California just going super hard on those tweets? You know what I mean? Or on those double down days or what? I just want someone to send me themselves wearing an Andrew Wiggins jersey, and I need multiple people to DM me a picture of them or somebody that they're seeing out in public wearing an Andrew Wiggins jersey before I believe that he really has 2.6 million votes.
Someone to go to the mall who's not in Oakland and show me an Andrew Wiggins jersey.
They don't sell them at the mall. They don't sell them at the mall. Like in 2K, you can buy with VC NBA player jerseys for my players to wear. I will load up 2K right now. I bet you I could not buy an Andrew Wiggins jersey for my player. And I'm not one of those like the election was rigged type of people, but what the hell is 2.6 million people doing voting for Andrew Wiggins? I don't buy it. But now that I think about that in terms of like nationwide, like nations voting, what if Canada has a poll right now? What if this is Canada doing this?
Well, here's the thing, right? Is that like if you're looking at it, like you said, you take 3 front court players. So you take Jokic and LeBron, right? And then you look at the rest of the names on the list here. Paul George, hurt. Anthony Davis, hurt. Draymond, hurt. Melo, hurt. Karl-Anthony Towns, played hurt. Or, sorry, Melo, not good enough, off the bench. Karl-Anthony Towns plays in Minnesota. Rudy Gobert, DeAndre Ayton, hurt. Who do you start?
You're talking about in the West front court?
Yeah, like where do you go? Like you're looking at the West, you're looking at the production of all the players, you're thinking about all the guys. Who do you start? Like I said, the next closest guy is Paul George. Probably won't catch up because he's not even going to play in the All-Star game, but B, he's hurt right now. Anthony Davis has been hurt. He might catch up, maybe before the things close. But like,
Rudisha.
Draymond Green's currently hurt right now. Carmelo Anthony, like I said, not good enough, and he ain't gonna catch up anyway. He's over 1 million votes behind. So like, who do you go with? At this point, you kind of have to.
Is the West bad?
Everybody
is that where
like these.
Kawhi's hurt. It's normally Kawhi. He's not there.
It would probably be Kawhi, but he's hurt.
And last year was Luka a guard? Has Luka always been a guard? I feel like he was a forward once.
I don't think he's been a forward since probably his first year. I think he's been a guard. He's been a guard ever since. But it's like, he normally always has a starting spot, and it's kind of like, like he missed games this year. John Morant's playing the way Ja's playing. It's like now that he's in the guards, this is kind of, who do you go with in the front court when your perennial all-star forwards are all banged up?
I guess so.
He's the best one.
But you don't gotta vote for him. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to vote. Like, you don't have to wear a jersey to a game. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do it. There's no law that says you have to vote for Andrew Wiggins.
I agree, man. In this instance, though, it makes sense, and I hate it.
Andrew Wiggins all-star jersey, bro. Go ahead and get one.
I won't. Unless if someone wants to send me an Andrew Wiggins all-star jersey, I will wear it on the following show after the All-Star break. So February 20th is the All-Star weekend or the All-Star game. I will wear an Andrew Wiggins all-star jersey. If someone wants to send me one, I will wear it. I will not spend money to buy one.
As we slide down to the East, have y'all seen the All-Star jerseys? Did y'all see the picture of them?
No,
are they
bad?
Not great. They're like, they've got a big, like, kind of all-star logo on the front, and they're like gray with white numbers, so you can't even really see the numbers on the back. It doesn't look like this is your 75th anniversary of the season or whatever. I just think you do better than that. You got to do better than that.
Oh, I might have. Let's see, Big J journalism.
Yeah. Those are the ones I saw.
Is that no way? That's them.
Those are the ones I saw.
Ugh.
That's not great.
That's not good, is it?
That's not great.
They're trolling. No way. That can't be it.
That's not good, is it?
That's not great.
So that's the Andrew Wiggins All-Star jersey that you'll be sliding on, Bo Tilly.
Here's the thing. I just don't think I'm going to wear that. I don't think I'm going to wear that. Because, I don't think that I look good in silver anywhere. And that's just an ugly jersey.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't like that too much.
Yeah, that's not great. But okay, going back to the East, I think the East makes a little more sense. I think makes a lot more sense. Nothing really crazy standing out to me. Other than, Kyrie, I think is high for not playing a lot. But,
Kyrie being higher than Fred is kind of.
Yeah, and, taking bias aside, I think that Fred should be an all-star this year, but I don't know if he's going to get the votes to make it. And
once it gets past the fan voting, it turns into players and coaches, huh?
Yeah, so I think he might get in that way, but that's gotta take the Canada Andrew Wiggins thing out of it, because why would Canada not get behind Pascal Siakam and Fred? They're in Toronto
because they
won a championship.
They watched Pascal Siakam just shooting layups for they know his game.
Yeah. And Pascal's been hurt this year. Fred's been playing a lot of minutes he's basically doing everything on that team. But anyway, we'll see if he gets in from like players and coaches. I think that he should, at least from this list here, but I don't know. There's a lot of good guards in the East, so I think that's a tough road for him. So
yeah, James Harden, LaMelo Ball, I think both of those guys are. LaMelo's been hurt too, though.
Zach LaVine,
Trae Young, DeMar. That's tough.
Yeah, man. It's
still got Jimmy on the other side, who's basically a guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he gets lucky that Jimmy's listed as a forward here. But
I think before that he was listed as a guard, because I know in Chicago he was mainly a shooting guard. I think in Philly he was also a shooting guard. Same in Minnesota. I think he was also a shooting guard.
Yeah, I don't know why he's in the front court either.
I think that's probably where he's played most of his time this year.
In Miami for sure.
They
With,
got Kyle
Kyle
Lowry and Duncan and
Tyler Hero.
And I don't think any of those guys. Oh no, wait, Tyler Hero. Wait, does Tyler Hero start for them? Who starts?
Not all the time.
But like, I mean, I know Oladipo
starts more than Tyler does.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think that's where he's played most of his minutes. But like, as far as Fred getting in, I think it's gonna be tough for him. Yeah. But I mean,
this is his best year to get in, but I don't know if he's gonna get in.
A lot of people missing time and stuff. Yeah, I mean, this would be a great year for him to get in.
But I think the front court makes a lot of sense. Durant, Giannis, Embiid. That makes a lot of sense. Jason Tatum, I think, even though I do like the Celtics, I'm in Boston. I think that's a little high. Because I think Jaylen Brown's actually been playing better than him as of the last month and a half or so. Jaylen Brown's not a pair. But again, guards in the East are tough. I also hope that the Celtics don't break up Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, but there's a lot of people who don't know basketball that keep calling for them to split them up. They just need a guard. They need a point guard. They need a point guard. That's all they need.
You got Marcus Smart.
Wait, is there a way to remove? I can remove errors or put him in timeout or what? We don't speak about Marcus Smart on this show, so ever again.
Marcus Smart, man.
LaMarcus Aldridge is on this list.
Didn't he miss half the year?
I didn't see that.
What is he averaging a game this year?
Is he playing? Is he getting minutes?
Yeah, I think he is, man. I think he.
I guess if Bismack Biyombo's getting minutes and LaMarcus Aldridge.
Bismack Biyombo gave us 9. That's not 8.
We saw Bismack go off in the fourth quarter.
Oh my God, Bismack gave us 9 last night. I know LaMarcus actually was like they're one of their more consistent players when they didn't have Kyrie and they were missing James Harden or Kevin Durant. LaMarcus was actually playing. I mean, obviously better than Blake.
LaMarcus Aldridge has appeared in 31 games, starting 10 games.
Nice.
He averages 23 minutes a game.
Yeah, he plays.
Yeah.
He averages 14 points a game.
We get 14 a game? Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. LA.
Give him some votes.
That's on us, I guess.
Yeah, Spurs legend. We got 2 Spurs legends on there.
Here's the thing. I've also never seen a LaMarcus Aldridge jersey. So there's 320,000 people voting for him.
Not in Brooklyn, though. I've seen some of them, though.
I guess. I guess. I don't know. I just want to flash the West one more time. I don't understand 2.6 million votes for Andrew Wiggins.
He got more votes than Ja Morant.
He has more votes than Ja Morant and Luka.
How does he not have? I mean, how does Kristaps Porzingis not have more votes than that guy?
We also don't talk about him on this show either.
Damn. What are you talking about? Okay, look about Chris.
I'm just playing. Kristaps is fine. Marcus Smart, not fine. I just can't get over this. Andrew Wiggins. When you guys brought it up earlier, like in like pre-show discussions, when you were talking about Andrew Wiggins, I just didn't realize the graphic of 2.6 million votes for Andrew Wiggins. That's crazy.
More than who voted for Ja Morant. More people had Andrew Wiggins on their ballot than Ja Morant.
That's crazy. Okay. Yeah, I guess I don't know what else to say about that.
I mean, those people probably have Klay Thompson on their ballot instead of Ja. If I had to guess.
And Dame, like Damian Lillard, doesn't even have.
He's been out all year.
He's been
hurt.
I wonder if he played tonight because Portland's in Boston right now. I don't know if he played tonight.
I don't think he's playing until after the All-Star break.
Oh, well then I'm glad I didn't go to the game tonight. Because I was gonna do that, but then I did not. Celtics lost anyway, so that would have hurt my streak, and Damian Lillard did not play tonight.
Yeah, that dude's hurt. That dude is hurt.
That's bad. That's bad. Anyway, okay. So last thing that I have on our topics list, Eris brought up earlier. Just a quick one. Are you letting your homie smash in your bed?
Oh, listen.
So I don't know if you wanted to lead that discussion.
Listen.
That was the topic that you brought up.
Yeah. So this is just something that like I talked to the homies about a little bit, and I just kind of wanted to see what people are thinking because I talked about this with Adam last week, like after the show sometime, and then I talked to Jeff about it a little bit, and Jeff was on my side. You know, I was like, you know, would you let the homie smash in your bed? There's just no shot, right? Like, am I wrong? Am I grimy?
Yes.
I said no shot. I said personally no shot.
No
I'm not
way,
letting any of my friends
That's crazy.
have intercourse in my bed because there's nobody that's gonna be naked in my bed besides me.
So Bo, if I pull up to Boston,
Correct. Yep.
I'm a little shawty, right?
Yep.
I got nowhere else to go. You gonna put me on the floor?
No, I have a couch that folds into a sleeper sofa that you can do that on there. You're not doing that in my bed. No shot.
Just know that I got y'all back. You know, just wash the sheets after.
Bro, there's just no shot.
But it's like
I
I
feel like it's not a big
know.
deal.
But it's like that's fine if we wash the sheets. But it's like I know that like Adam, for instance, that like you know there was some
Yeah.
like,
I mean, you got to be cordial with it.
naked
You know what I'm
body
saying?
in
Don't-
my bed.
Listen, you got to be cordial. Like, don't be out there just you know going buck wild with it. But you know, he needs a spot. You know what I'm saying?
There's just no shot.
There's no way, zero chance.
No,
In my bed? No way.
not my
No
bed.
way.
Where I sleep every night. No.
Where I put my head every single night? Nah, dog. Nah.
I guess I'm alone on this one.
Bro, it's just like,
Maybe I'm the only good friend. Now I know.
I mean, I guess if that makes you a bad friend, then I'm a horrible friend. But there's just no shot, man.
Yeah. There's no way. I don't know who this person is. I'm sure it's one of your guys' friends. What's the difference? What's the difference? We've all had second mattresses, just wash the sheets and the pillow.
Yeah, see?
Nah,
That's a good
bro.
friend right there.
No,
That's a good friend.
bro, there's just no way I'm letting my homie. No, dog. We can arrange something else. We can figure something out together as a unit. Secondhand mattresses. Yeah, nah, man. Nah. Not in my bed, man.
Out of my bed, bro.
Yeah,
You know,
in my bed.
What are you talking about? He's not gonna someone's like pee in your bed or anything like that. Just wash the sheets. It's fine.
No.
Adam, there's no way, huh?
Yeah, I can't get behind
I
that.
don't see the big deal.
There's no way. Like, there's just not like a thing in your head that's like, nah, man. I fuck with my homie. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot of things for my boy. You know what I'm saying? My brother need money. No,
So you never slept on a hand-me-down. from your
no,
parents? No, I haven't.
I've not. No, and I'm not smashing on a. No, I'm not smashing. I'm not letting my homie smash on my current bed.
On my current bed.
What about a guest bedroom? Is that allowed?
100%. Go ahead. 100% where I'm not sleeping every night. Go ahead. By all means. By all means. By all means. Go ahead.
Man, I think I got to think about this one.
Do I?
I feel like y'all would. I feel like if the situation had presented itself.
Oh no, I'm a hoe. I'm gonna be like, no, Adam. Let me look up an Airbnb.
What if it's your brother? Like, okay, what if it's family?
The
Does that
Airbnb?
change? If it's family,
First of all, are you asking like my sibling, like my sisters?
well, I'm just hypothetically, if you had a brother or something.
No,
Nope.
no.
I think that might be honestly. I think that might be worse, man. Like me.
Exactly, because I don't want to be at Thanksgiving dinner and then my sibling be like, "Hey, man, remember when I smashed on your bread?" Yeah, like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Bro.
You're not holding that over me.
Nah, that's not a good story for us to tell, man. Nah, I'm good on that.
Oh no, man.
Sibling would probably be worse, bro. Sibling would probably be worse.
How's it worse?
I'm more likely to let my homie smash than I am to let my sibling smash on my bed.
That's true. That's
Really?
No shot. No shot.
See, I'm like the opposite.
You like with the sibling smash and the homie? Bro, no, Adam. This is no way, bro.
Can't buy that personally. But yeah, I mean, I'll put a poll out on Instagram. I'll put one out on Twitter. You know, I'll put a poll out on TikTok. I'll take the clip from this. I'll put it on there. I'll see what
There's some real bros out there.
People say. Do the boys have Adam's back in terms of that? I think people are gonna side with Eris and I, but you know, we'll see.
I just know I just know the homies, and I just know there's no way, man.
There's just no way. But anyway, another good episode. I think this one went more crisp than the first one, even though the first one I think went very well. No Home Depot ads today, so
not yet.
Yeah. Shout out Home Depot. You know, even though you didn't make the cut for this show, but appreciate you guys tuning in. People in the comments, things like that. Another thank you to Sunday Scaries for sending these CBD gummies. Definitely going to try them out this weekend, along with the drops. Not in my coffee, as I had mentioned earlier. Maybe in like a drink, maybe some juice, something like that. Maybe to chill out over the weekend. But appreciate Sunday Scaries for sending me that package. Other than that, you guys have a good weekend. We're going to reconvene on our NFL picks. We're not going to talk NFL with Eris. This season's done. But Adam and I are still very much alive. So other than that, you guys have a good weekend. Thanks for tuning in. Catch us on Spotify if you want to watch live. And yeah, talk to you guys soon.